cross dimension.
Otherwise known as London. London, England, Earth.
Just as we left it.
Bang on.
And that includes the Zeppelins?
It's parallel, right? Am I right? Like a parallel Earth where they got Zeppelins. Am I right? I'm right, aren't I?
Must be.
An alternative to our world where everything's the same but a little bit different. Like, I don't know, traffic lights are blue, Tony Blair never got elected.
And he's still alive.
All those people disappearing off the streets. It's been going on for months. It's them. They're taking you away.
What for?
Experiments.
We have been upgraded.
Into what?
The next level of mankind. We are human point 2. Every citizen will receive a free upgrade.
And if I refuse?
Then you are not compatible. You will be deleted.
Hello and welcome back to another entry in the History of series. Today we'll be looking at a parallel world from the post-Time War universe, one given the name of Pete's World, that gave rise to Cybermen that later plagued N-Space. So, what's its story? Well, let's find out. One source speculated that Pete's world diverged from N-Space when a werewolf killed Queen Victoria, an event which was averted in N-Space in 1879. Cybus Industries was established in 1982. In 2001, Cybus Industries' profits reached $78 billion. In 2004, South American states reported that 265,000 people were missing. Under the codename Gemini, Pete Tyler began supplying information from within Cybus to the Preachers, although he thought that they were security services. On the 1st of February 2007, the Doctor's TARDIS was catapulted into Pete's world after falling through a crack in reality while travelling through the time vortex. The TARDIS was critically drained of energy by the journey and unable to replenish itself due to an incompatibility of the ambient energy of the parallel world. The 10th Doctor gave away 10 years of his life to recharge a still functional Artron crystal, which was then used to restore the TARDIS long enough to enable it to return to the Doctor's universe. At this time, the Cybermen were created by John Lumick from the kidnapped homeless population of London. He had the Cybermen storm Pete Tyler's mansion, where they killed the President of Great Britain, who had been attending Jackie Tyler's birthday party, and he used the Cybus earpods to force their wearers to march to a Cybus factory for conversion. He also ordered facilities around the world to begin converting people into Cybermen. The Doctor and his companions worked with Pete and the Preachers to infiltrate the factory in London, managing to compromise the Cybermen's emotional inhibitors, causing the destruction of the factory. Lumick, who had been converted into a cyber controller, perished in the destruction of his factory. After meeting his parallel counterpart Ricky Smith and being inspired by his example, Mickey Smith decided to stay behind to take the late Ricky's place and help fight the Cybermen, whilst also looking after his counterpart's Gran, with the Doctor and Rose returning to their universe and closing the crack behind them. Following the death of the British President, Harriet Jones became the new President of Great Britain. The war against the Cybermen became a global conflict, with Paris being the centre of a battle. Eventually, all the Cybermen were successfully sealed in their factories. However, debate raged about whether or not the Cybermen could be saved. As a result of the war, at least 5 million humans from Pete's world had been converted into Cybermen, though the true number was likely much higher. Whilst the debate on what to do with them went on, the Cybermen infiltrated the Torchwood Institute and used their experiment with a breach in reality to map themselves onto the Earth in N-Space, seemingly disappearing. Yvonne Hartman happened to be in the right place at the right time, and was able to cross over into the Doctor's universe to escape the Cybermen. The People's Republic of Great Britain eventually discovered Torchwood's experiments with the breach, which was accelerating global warming, and so took control of the Institute. 3 years after the Cybermen's disappearance, Mickey returned to N-Space in pursuit of the Cybermen and disguised himself as a lab technician, investigating the void ship kept in Torchwood 1's headquarters. Jake Simmons and Pete Tyler crossed over into N-Space to stop the cyber invasion. That universe's Jackie Tyler met the other version of Pete for the first time, and decided to stay with him. Mickey Smith, Pete and Jake returned to the parallel version of Torchwood, taking Jackie and Rose with them, trapping them after the breach closed. Rose joined the parallel version of Torchwood, Jackie and Pete conceived a child, and Mickey apparently took up residence with the Tylers. Soon after joining Torchwood and several months after Jackie became pregnant, Rose began receiving what appeared to be a message from the 10th Doctor. With the support of her family, she travelled to Dalig Ulfstranden in Norway, where she briefly made contact with the Doctor so they could say goodbye to each other. Torchwood went on to develop a dimension canon, which suddenly began working as the barriers between universes weakened due to Davros's reality bomb, also known as the Darkness, which was causing dimensions across the whole of reality to start to collapse. Rose insisted on being the first volunteer to use the canon to seek out the Doctor, exploring numerous dying parallel universes guided by Pete, and eventually returning to N-Space. Mickey and Jackie followed her, arriving just in time to save Sarah Jane Smith from 2 Daleks. After defeating the new Dalek Empire and preventing the reality bomb from detonating, the 10th Doctor returned Rose and Jackie to the parallel world, with Mickey deciding to stay behind as his gran had passed away in Pete's World 2. He also left behind the Metacrisis 10th Doctor, believing Rose could do him good. Due to the disarming of the reality bomb by Donna Noble, the Darkness never occurred at all, and this universe was saved from destruction. The Metacrisis Doctor and Rose settled together in Canticum. President Harriet Jones merged Torchwood and the Preachers together to create UNIT, headquartered in Big Ben and led by Brigadier Krista Latif. Pete and Rose joined, whilst the Metacrisis Doctor served as a scientific advisor and Jackie worked as a dinner lady. One Tuesday, whilst UNIT were away investigating a reported Cybus factory in Bridlington, Jackie and the Doctor were alone when a group of aliens appeared to attack the base, claiming to be seeking the TARDIS that the Doctor was growing. They claimed to have the UNIT personnel hostage, including Rose and Pete aboard their Zeppelin, leading to the Doctor deciding to blow up Big Ben to deprive them of the TARDIS in hopes of them letting the hostages go. Jackie talked him round, getting him to think properly, and discovered the aliens were just images on a camera. Brigadier Krista confronted them, revealing she'd been behind it all to try to travel back in time to save her daughter from cyber conversion. Jackie and the Doctor talked her down, however the Doctor subsequently reported her to Pete, despite having promised to keep her actions secret. This incident soured his and Jackie's friendship, so Pete and Rose arranged for them to go on a trip to Hull. Their Zeppelin was attacked by a version of Jackie from another parallel universe, resulting in them having to escape it before it crashed. The Cybermen from this universe survived, and later joined the Pandorica Alliance. This universe, and indeed every universe, was, as the Cyber leader put it, deleted as a result of the total event collapse. After reality was rebooted, the collapsed universes, such as Pete's World, were reinstated. By one account, in 2012, Rose gave birth to her and the Doctor's child. When their daughter Mia was an adolescent, Rose formed a psio-temporal link with a parallel counterpart of herself now living in N-Space. This link caused Rose to be pulled back to N-Space for a few hours before the 9th Doctor and 11th Doctor managed to return her to Pete's World. At one point, the 11th Doctor's TARDIS landed in London of this universe with Amy Pond and Rory Williams. As this happened, the boundaries of time merged, resulting in a Sontaran, a Jadoon, an ancient Egyptian, a Silurian, a Toclophane, K9 and a Cybershade being present among a crowd of citizens and an army of Cybermen. John Lumick and Mickey Smith were also present to witness this. A historical account of N-Space made mention of this reality as part of a theory that the Cybermen of Pete's World, stranded in N-Space, had joined with the Cybermondans native to N-Space to form the Cyberiad. And that is the story of Pete's World. I've done a video on the Cybusmen and Cybus Legions before, which covered pretty much all of this, bar the Dimension Canon stuff. Pete's World is such an interesting idea to explore in a post-Time War reality. What if Queen Victoria died, Britain became a republic, and the Cybermen were allowed to thrive without anyone to stop them, until, by chance, a certain individual appeared. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see when I release more, then make sure to subscribe down below and click that little bell icon, as it really helps out the channel. But, as always, thanks for watching.